My name is CEstebanez, and I'm an employee here at Beds, and this is my boss Ryan McLeod, and I'm interviewing him for entrepreneur class. He is the co-owner. So, about startup, how did you go about this location?
For this location, we wanted to reach out to the college students because that's one thing my co-owner did not do with his other stores. So for this particular one, we wanted to see if we could get that influx of college students, and thus far it's been pretty good thing.
As far as the college students go, how much do they affect sales?
They actually do a pretty good bit of our sales in August. We do 25% of our annual sales alone, so they do a pretty good dent in our business.
Okay, how is marketing able to help you out?
Here we had to do a lot of trial and error just to figure out what's going to work for this location. We use a lot of the local newspapers like Tallahassee Democrat. We've used the FSU before, which is the Florida State newspaper. We have a TV ad right now that we use with CenturyLink, and we also have a couple websites.
Is there one success over the other when it comes to marketing?
So far, they've all kind of reached out to the clientele that they're supposed to. Each one does their job. Not one has necessarily brought in more than the others. The TV ad's relatively new, so we're kind of still waiting to see how it's going to play out in the months to come. So we'll know better read on that at the end of the year.
Okay. Do you have any websites?
We do. We have two. One is bedsinc.com. The other one is tallahasseemattresses.com. One is actually maintained by us. The other one's maintained by a local edge. The reason we maintain one and we have local edge do one, we kind of put specials on one website and not the other just to see if we're getting any contact from that site.
Awesome. Do you use any information technology as well?
No, we don't.
Okay. So has there been any problems with theft ever in the years you've worked?
No, there hasn't. Nobody's ever stolen from the business here. I know in the other locations there have been some theft, but that's just been due to lack of management.
That's not bad. As far as employees go, what's their characteristics and what would their positions be available?
For the other stores, there is a management position and then two salesmen underneath them. For this store, I run it, so there's just two salesmen underneath me. As for what do I look for in an employee, I definitely make sure that they're capable of learning numbers since you're going to be selling mattresses. I try and get college students as well since they're able to reach out to their fellow classmates and tell about the store in their own little way. And I also make sure that they're able to communicate. Since it is a selling job, they need to be able to describe our product and convey the message that we want them to.
Okay. As far as training goes, how does that work for your employees?
As for training, it really depends on who it is. Each person learns at their own pace, but we typically start them off by unloading trucks and doing the deliveries. That way they know how to handle the inventory, know how to just properly carry it, even just take it off the truck. And then from there we get them learning the numbers. That way they're capable of knowing what the mattresses at the lowest can go for, or just know any wiggle room. And then from there they learn actually how to sell the beds, and that can be just listening to me sell the beds or practicing themselves. So it really just depends, but typically it's done within a month.
Would you say this is more like a family-owned business or more towards the retail side?
It's not my family, but it is a family-owned business. I'm the first non-family member to really work for one of his stores, or just maintain it in a sense. But for him and for his family, it's worked out awesome, just because you can trust who you're working with.
Day-to-day operation, what would be your worst experience?
The worst experience I've ever had would be a lightning strike that hit the building, just because we had to fix everything from the plumbing, the AC, electrical. We had to fix the credit card machines, printer, everything had to be fixed. And it was right before the month of August. So we had a lot of preparing to do to get those kids in to make sure we were prepared.
Mm-hmm. If you could change anything, what would that be?
If I could change anything about the store, it would probably be the size, have a bigger store just to hold more inventory, and probably have a nicer front of the store just to have a comfier, more looking like store. But we're capable of dealing with it. But as for day-to-day operations, typically all I have to worry about is inventory, making sure we have enough to sell in the store, ordering more box springs, ordering more frames, just to make sure you're able to sell the complete set so you can sell whatever it is to the customer that they're wanting.
What are the plans that you have for the future?
For the future, I would like to open more stores in college towns, maybe do some pop-up stores, not year-round stores, just to see if we could even reach out to the students. But I would definitely have to make some trips to certain locations, whether it be South Carolina, like Columbia, or Athens, Georgia. But definitely go check out some different locations and see if we can branch off.
In regards to advertisements, specify what goes into choosing your advertisement.
Well, surprisingly, we actually have a lot of people come in here trying to sell us whatever it is that their marketing scheme is. But the key is to figure out what's going to work for your business. In this particular one, the reason we chose newspapers per se is just to kind of, Tallahassee's not necessarily a huge city, and I felt that if we use newspapers, that we would kind of get that home feeling. So that's one way of reaching out to non-school sales per se. But other than that, we also use the American Classifieds, and for people who pick up that, there's really no news reading whatsoever. People who pick that up are trying to find a deal, and the way we chose them was due to the fact that when people pick that up, they're going into it trying to find whatever it is that they're looking for. So if they're looking for a mattress, they're capable of seeing that ad. It's on the front page, and from there they call us, and we know that they use the American Classifieds based on that specific ad that we put out.
What do you think separates this business from other businesses?
This one being an outlet store, we're capable of getting the mattresses. They are factory seconds, so we get them due to overstocks, closeouts, mixed matching color, box spring and bed, discontinued covers, or at worst it could have a cosmetic blemish, a little scuff mark. So when we get people in the store, we have to convey our message that we get these beds for a particular reason, and we're capable of selling them 50 to 70% off retail. So we really have to convey that message, that way the customer knows why we got that specific bed and how they're getting a deal on that specific bed.
So do you have any other products that are brand new?
Oh yeah, we still order from a couple other companies. Corsicana, they're based out of Texas, and when we order those beds, they're made brand new for us, and they're shipped within 7 to 10 business days. So we still have brand new beds, but as for the factory seconds, like I said, at worst, it would just be a cosmetic blemish. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the structural integrity.
Now, do you think college students are your only business?
No, I mean, they do 25% of our sales, like I said, but we still cater to a lot of other people in Tallahassee. We also do big bulk orders. We've dealt with Heritage Grove before. We've done a couple of hotels like the Ramada Inn, the Southern Scholarship Foundation, and a couple other. But other than that, we still do a lot of just mattresses by themselves as well.
Going through the actual sale, is there a computer system used to track customers and inventory?
There's not. We still use ticket-based receipts.
So Ryan, do you have a solid customer return base?
Yes, because Beds has actually been around for around 36 years now, I believe. So we have customers that have bought beds 25, 30 years ago from other stores, and they've referred everybody, and word of mouth is probably one of the best advertisement that is free. And it's always good to hear that we sold somebody a quality mattress and they're capable of telling their friends or family and then sending them in here. So it's pretty nice. I mean, and another thing is we make it very simple for our customers. We offer same-day delivery. We offer a free layaway plan. We don't do any financing just because we are a small business, but we're still capable of holding beds for anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks if you need, because we get trucks typically every 6 to 8 weeks, so we just try and empty out the store as quick as possible. That way when we get those new trucks, we just stack the beds high.
Really sounds like you're making it as easy as possible on the customers.
Try to.
Now, do you have any competition?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of mattress stores in this city, surprisingly, anywhere from American Freight, and they carry some of the cheaper, more affordable beds, and then you have your retail stores like Mattress Firm, Sleep Gallery, and they sell beds anywhere from $500 to a couple $1,000. So that's one of the big things here, is to make sure you're able to convey that message and tell people that, yeah, you know, our bed is $500 as well, but the quality difference is completely different.
All right, last question. What is the most important aspect of owning your own business?
When you go to starting it, making sure you have enough capital to start it, and making sure you have enough capital to continue to order inventory, because if you run out of product, then you won't have anything to sell.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Not a problem.